did you or did you not decriminalize public urination in Washington, D.C.? Did you lead the charge to do so?
Despite being obsessed with public peeing, Lauren Boebert proved at this D.C. oversight hearing that she is no whiz kid.
No, the revised criminal code left that as a criminal charge.
Did you lead the charge to decriminalize public urination in Washington, D.C.?
No, ma'am.
Did you ever vote in favor of decriminalizing public urination in Washington, D.C.?
And here comes the backsplash.
The revised criminal code that was passed by the
Did you ever
council
support?
kept it as a criminal offense.
And you support this?
I voted for it, yeah.
You voted to keep it as a criminal offense.
That's correct. The full council did.
Oops, bad research. And now, Congresswoman Boebert, you're in trouble.
We have records that show that you were in favor of removing that criminal offense and allowing public urination.
No,
Is that something that you intend to pursue in the future?
No. The legislation you're referring to that came from the Criminal Code Reform Commission changed public urination from a criminal to a civil offense. The council then changed that to maintain it as a criminal offense at the request of the mayor.
Thank you. I yield.
And that yield was fast. In fact, Lauren Boebert dropped her line of questioning faster than an overhydrated racehorse. Indeed, when it comes to the hashtag Lauren Boebert is so dumb, and weighty matters like urination, Congresswoman Boebert is definitely number one. Hello, everybody. I'm David Shuster, and thanks for washing your hands with us. Oddball wipeouts are what happens when you give low-rent flushers like Colorado's Lauren Boebert a seat on a congressional committee. Thank God she wasn't obsessed with number two. Anyway, here is some context. Representatives of Washington, D.C., America's last but lingering colony, face the annual indignity of having city budgets and policies reviewed and examined by Congress. And with Lauren Boebert on the D.C. Oversight Committee, the shame of the situation burns even more. It's kind of like visiting a blind urologist. What's the point? Anyway, in this hearing, Boebert thought she was going to own the man from D.C. because of his work on a city commission. Watch.
In November of 2022, you led the charge to reform D.C.'s crime laws. Is that correct?
I chaired the committee that proposal came
You
through.
led this charge, yes, sir. And these changes are now law here in D.C., correct?
Do you mean the revised criminal code?
Yes.
No, those are not the law.
That should have been Boebert's clue that something wasn't very fluid. You know, like maybe she developed a kidney stone with her logic. But Boebert, as is her nature, decided to keep powering through.
Those are not the law.
The revised criminal code was rejected by...
Excuse me, Mr. Chairman, I'm talking to Mr. Allen.
So right there, the chairman was trying to help Boebert and keep her from having an accident and making a mess.
Yes,
Mr.
ma'am.
Allen, did you or did you not decriminalize public urination in
No, we did not.
Washington, D.C.? Did you lead the charge to do so?
No, the revised criminal code left that as a criminal charge.
Did you lead the charge to decriminalize public urination in Washington, D.C.?
No, ma'am.
Did you ever vote in favor of decriminalizing public urination in Washington, D.C.?
The revised criminal code that was
Did
passed by
you
the
ever
council
support?
kept it as a criminal offense.
Speaking of criminal offenses, one gets the feeling that Lauren Boebert is the sort of person who leaves her seat up. And it's kind of strange that on any indecent matter, her aim would be so misguided. After all, in her own book, Lauren Boebert explains why her husband exposed himself in a bowling alley. According to press accounts of the incident, years ago, Jason Stephen Boebert pleaded guilty to charges of public indecency after an incident at Fireside Lane in Colorado, in which he reportedly took his penis out of his pants to show a tattoo to two young women. Lauren was also present at the time. Jason was sentenced to 4 days in jail and a subsequent 2 years on probation. In other words, in Colorado, Lauren Boebert and her family have a history of letting it all hang out. Yet when it comes to Washington, D.C., Boebert's grip on matters is a bit loose. Her aim is imprecise, and nobody is relieved. Poor Lauren Boebert. She can't even soak a D.C. government staffer without getting it blown back. There is spillage, and then there's what Lauren Boebert produces. And the only thing that ever seems to get washed away is Lauren Boebert's reputation. By the way, Lauren Boebert's congressional frenemy, Marjorie Taylor Greene, has now angered our neighbors to the north and south.
It seems that Canada wants to participate in Mexico's invasion of the United States.
What? Check out Greene's near declaration of war at the link below. I'm David Shuster. Thanks for joining us.